Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite Zionist white colonizer coming to you live from the United States of America. I am Tyler Traveling Clat. Let's take a look at this clip.
Virginia Allen was video we signal. There's a fourth round of talks expected between the United States and Iran on Saturday. Is there any world where the United States can actually come to an agreement that is a win for the U.S. in those negotiations?
If the Iranian regime would lay down any ambitions whatsoever for nuclear weaponry, if it would continue to move in a direction that it's never moved before, if it were to change its rhetoric from 46 years that says death to Israel and death to America, it's never changed. And they made it very clear that Israel is the appetizer and the United States is the entree. They've never, ever been anything but clear in that their goal is the annihilation of Israel and ultimately the annihilation of every free-thinking, free-living person on the planet. They could certainly see a breakthrough, but it's up to them, and it is on them to do it. I pray they will. I hope they will. But I think the president has been as clear as any political figure in history in saying that if they don't, there will be no holding back. And those are his words, those are his policies. I'm simply speaking them to you and carrying them out here in this setting. I would say it this way: he's the chemist, I'm just the pharmacist. He makes the medicine, I'm just going to pass it out.
Is there a deadline for those negotiations?
I don't want to get into a calendar, but the president's patience is running out. He has said repeatedly, this is not going to go on forever and forever, and those are his words.
On the Iran situation, I think we're doing very well. I think a deal's going to be made there. That's going to happen. Pretty sure it's going to happen. We'll have something without having to start dropping bombs all over the place.
Hold on a second, Christian. We hear that our Americans are now okay with Iran keeping a nuclear program so long as it is a civilian nuclear program and they can't upgrade the uranium to bomb status. That sounds like a compromise to me.
It is a compromise, and this is progressing. You know, Trump has said that he wants Iran to be prosperous. They can't just have a bomb. That's a change from previous U.S. policy, which has said Iran has to curtail all of its nefarious activities, like funding Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis. Trump is seen as more hawkish on this than his negotiator, Witkoff. They just announced some technical negotiators led by Michael Anton at the State Department to start talking about that nuclear program. The problem is with the uranium project, we're talking uranium and not plutonium, and the distinction is with uranium, you just have to keep going up in enrichment to get to a weapons grade quality. So if Iran retains the ability to enrich uranium, this looks a lot like the Obama 2015 deal, but there will hopefully be some other things that contain the regime.
Got it. Christian Whiten, thanks for your explanation.
So I want to go here. I believe this is Mike Huckabee.
Between the United States and Iran.
Ambitions whatsoever for nuclear weaponry, if it would continue to move in a direction that it's never moved before.
This right here. This line right here.
It's never changed. And they made it very clear that Israel is the appetizer and the United States is the entree.
So, look, I'm going to level with you here. The Trump administration has done a lot of good for Israel, but we are seeing a sort of bishul kaze. Like it's not clear right now what's going on with these Iran negotiations. I put somewhat faith in President Trump to be able to work this out in a way that's actually favorable to everybody. But it just seems like from all the rumors, I mean, it seems like there's major compromises happening. And it may not be, like, I mean, he wasn't able to bring peace to Russia-Ukraine. And that's heading down a really, really bad road. And without giving you any of my thoughts on Russia-Ukraine, because I genuinely don't have any. I don't like to get an opinion on that place. I don't care. It's not my conflict. I'm not involved in it. What Mike Huckabee said there is the most important line. Israel is the appetizer, America is the entree. They are coming for you. However you feel about you not wanting to get involved in Israel's wars, in Israel's fight in the Middle East, this is your fight in the Middle East. You're just not involved right now. But they're going to drag your ass into there. You don't understand. Iran is going to, the IRGC of Iran is going to drag your ass into this war. They want you in. They want to destroy you. And they're telling you this, and you're saying, nah, that's Israel's problem. Just because we're geographically closer doesn't mean they're not going to try to fuck you up as well. You have to understand that. You have to internalize that this is your war first. You are the bigger enemy. We're just in the way. And we're only in the way because you support us. If you didn't support us in America, and you only supported, and you didn't support us in the Middle East, and they could have their way all willy-nilly, they would have treaded over and moved on already. I mean, they would have tried to. I think we would have put up a pretty decent fight. I'm not sure if we would have been able to survive it against all the proxies all at once. I mean, I have faith that we might have been able to, but it would have been a tough fight. The fact that you do support us so unequivocally is what lets us make a wall here that blocks them from moving forward. Because remember, it only starts with us. Look at how they treat each other. Look at their capabilities to murder millions of each other every year. When I say they, I mean the Arabized, Islamized peoples of the Middle East. Look at their capabilities of just ruthlessly murdering one another. What makes you think that you're so special they wouldn't try that on you? Because you're an American citizen? You think they give a fuck? You think that when you go travel to Mexico or South America or you go on vacation to the Bahamas, you think they're not going to try to hurt you there? I'm being serious with you. Go look at how many plots they've had in the last couple of years against Israelis traveling abroad. What happens when they just finish Israel? Let's say you're not there to support Israel. And they get their way, they finish Israel. They're just going to stop? They're just going to be like, all right, we finished Israel. You are the goal. We're just in the way. You are the goal. They're coming for America. So for all the people I talk about, the Tim Pools of the world who are like, no, we're not interventionist. We don't want to get in a fight in the Middle East. It's not our fight. It's Israel's fight. This is your fight first and foremost. And you already dabbled in it. Finish the job. You know what kind of a message you're going to send to the Middle East if you're like, we'll fuck you up. But peace out. We don't want to deal with this right now. It doesn't work like that. You started the fight, finish it. That the Middle East, it's hooga booga out there. We act like cave people in the Middle East. You chose a side. See it through. And let me promise you something. You didn't choose the wrong side. You chose the side to support. You know what? You did it 100 years ago. You did it 75 years ago. Whatever you want to say. You chose Judeo-Christian values of the Middle East. You wanted to preserve Western society, which is Eastern society. That's what you chose. See it through. Be a man. Go all the way with it. Finish the job. Then if you want to back out, back out. But you got to see it through first, because if you only do it half-half, you're showing them weakness, and that's something that they'll prey on. And when I say they, I mean the Arab Islamized peoples of the Middle East who will take advantage of your kindness. They'll take advantage of your non-interventionist. You don't want to get involved in Israel's war. Yeah, Hamad, this is your war. Anyhow, I learned how to say turtle today in Arabic, and I already forgot. I don't know why I said that. See you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, class. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.